And you went back and did the Royal Rumble in 2021.
Yes.
I mean, this is in COVID, so you're in the Thunderdome.
Yes.
Talk about the experience of wrestling without a crowd.
It was very weird. It's just weird. You come out and then instead of you guys, it's just a bunch of screens on the wall, like this piped-in noise. So yeah, it was bittersweet. It was cool to be back in the WWE ring, but at the same time, I didn't get the chance of it being in front of the fans again.
And you did that, and you did Raw the next night. Was there ever a discussion of anything else, or was it just kind of left as this is a one and done?
Yes, by text. They offered me a Legends deal. I go, well, what's a Legends deal? They sign, I think it is, they pay you $10,000 up front, then you sign the contract, and then they'll do like the video games and all this, whatever. Then you got to pay them back the $10,000, and then whatever you make on top of that is part of the Legends deal, whatever. So I showed it to my lawyer. He laughed at me, and then so it was like 5 years. It was 5 years with the extra year option that they have the option to do it. So I can't go anywhere else. That's all I can do is that, and then that's it. So yeah, they didn't have the decency to call me either. They text me. So I said, thank you. It was very professional. Thank you for the whatever, but no thanks.
And then we fast forward to Backlash 2023. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest in Puerto Rico, and there's the return of Savio Vega and you on the same show in the same match. How did it come about? How did it come about that you were there? Who called you?
Well, I don't know. They told me, whoever was talking to me when I was re-signed, they told me that was Triple H's idea, which is a little funny to me. I said, so Bad Bunny and Damian Priest, but your Puerto Ricans had no input on this, so. That's what they told me, but I figured it was probably Bad Bunny who was pushed for the idea for me to be there.
And when you get there, do you feel like this could be a full-time thing? I could come back. Did you get that vibe?
The funny thing was, as I was looking around, I said, man, they have no idea what's going to happen when I come out. Not that I'm that arrogant. It's just that Puerto Rican audience had wanted to see me back in a WWE ring for years. You know what I mean? So I kind of knew, I kind of expected that reaction, and I'm pretty sure they didn't. So that was kind of cool, just to have that moment. It's like, yeah, so take that.
Yeah, there's got to be a kind of satisfaction, and because when your music hits, people go mental. They go nuts, and you can almost see it when you're coming down. That you're like,
yeah. Yes. Well, like I said, Puerto Ricans too are very prideful people. You know what I mean? Like, we just love to see each other do well wherever we go. You know what I mean? So it's always you've seen like in New York, people that. They have the Puerto Rican flag or tattoo. Every Puerto Rican's got like a Puerto Rican tattoo, a flag, or something. It's just kind of obnoxious for other people, but yeah, it's cool how much the pride we have in our little island.
And when you get in there and you're laying punches in, the crowd noise was insane.
Yeah.
And there's a special noise.
There's a special noise that the Puerto Rican crowd makes. Yeah. Which is funny. I'll tell you a funny story about that real quick. I was working Undertaker in Puerto Rico. And so in Puerto Rico, when you guys know what a comeback is? Okay, so when the babyface starts doing his comeback, the people go, when he punches the guy, they go, wah. So the way it goes is, it's better if you stay standing up. So Undertaker's punching me. I go, wah, wah. About the third or fourth time, he looks at me, he goes, were you going to bump for me, kid? I was like, oh, I think he thought I was like, because I was in my island, I was grandstanding him, I wouldn't bump for him. So I was like, oh, now I'm in trouble with the Undertaker. But I got him a bottle of Jack, and everything worked out after. But I could imagine, like, this little arrogant little is, whatever.
What's the reaction when you get through the curtain after the Backlash match with that reaction?
Probably just like disbelief of The Office. I don't know what more you want me to add to that.
I didn't know if there was more. I was just...
That's about it. They were like, I'm sure Triple H was like, really for him? What the?
So how long, that happens, obviously it's a big reaction. Did the conversation start right away? Like, how does it come about that you then
a few weeks after, I think Bruce Pritchard called me. He said, how do you feel about coming back? I'm like, well, yeah,
One thing that was weird was when you came back at Backlash, you had your old music. Mm-hmm. But then they created new music for you.
Right.
Why?
I think it's probably because that's from the Jimmy Johnson era. So I guess they're trying to change over to the new whatever. So yeah, I had asked. I knew they weren't going to change it, but I went and I asked Triple H anyway, and they gave me about a little song and dance for a couple weeks, and then somebody else told me, no, we're not going to change it. I'm like, all right, which I knew anyway.
It had to be nice to work with Rey Mysterio again when you came back. Like, what was that like?
Yeah, it was great, man. Like, I got to give it up to like Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, because they were like, back then you had the token Latinos, and so they kind of much had the Latino section on lock. So they could have totally treated me a whole different way, but they brought me in, and they treated me like a brother from the beginning.
And there's obviously the LWO, there's the different factions in WWE, but it felt like when you turned heel and joined the Judgment Day, it was perfect. Like, it just fit really well. How did that happen?
I think that was just totally random. I knew, because I said, I don't want to be a babyface when I come back. Well, they said, we'll put your babyface on, and then we'll turn you into a heel. So I guess it was just give me something to do as soon as they turned me heel. And then I just remember saying, I just remember before I signed, I said, whatever, I'm not going to be angry, but this time, whatever they give me, I'm just going to take it and do the best I can with it. You know what I mean? And not worry about the rest. So that was kind of my mentality. Okay, what am I doing today? Okay, let me see how I can make this the best that I can make it.
I mean, what were the big differences? Because you're one of the guys who it's happened to. You worked under Vince for all these years, and now you're working under Triple H. What's the difference? Like, what are the differences in style of them? Booking?
Well, I think too is not only that it's the times have changed too. Plus AEW now exists, so they couldn't really treat us the way they did back then. You know what I mean? And plus society's changed. Like now wrestlers get time off. You know what I mean? They get better medical treatment. You know what I mean? You get a concussion, you got to go through all these tests and stuff. Before, it was just bandage yourself up and they'll send you on your way. You know what I mean? They didn't really care about. And another thing is too is like if you ask for time off, you get ridiculed. Like, oh, look at you. You need time off? What's wrong? You got a little boo-boo? And like, we just brainwashed to just company first. You know what I mean? So that was interesting to me. The thing too is, yeah, like with Hunter, I've never been his favorite. So I went in there knowing that, I was going to get whatever I got. I wasn't expecting anything big.
I mean, the run with Judgment Day was great for you.
It was awesome. It worked out a lot better than I thought it would.
And I mean, how long did the chemistry take for you guys? Because it felt very quick.
Yeah, I think it was immediate. I'm trying to think who I knew before. I didn't really know any of them, but just I knew Dom, of course. But since he was a little kid. But on that, but they're just that whole crew is just a good bunch of kids.
And I mean, you ended up becoming kind of the one-liner guy of the Judgment Day.
Yeah, I was. Like I said, I'm gonna take whatever I can get and make the best of it.
And was that like an organic thing? Like, because how much of your one-liners were ad-libbed? How much of them were part of the script?
Yeah, they would just come earlier in the day. They say, hey, man, we don't really have any lines for you, but if you can just, like I said before, you get Carlito fired, they would say. All right, so like, okay, I can do something stupid here, I can do some whatever, and that was I kind of just wing it. Sometimes they would have ideas, but most of the time it was just me, like, okay, I'm gonna do something stupid here, and then they ended up being what it was. I mean, I'm very good at being stupid, so.
Well, one of my favorites was when Liv was stretching Dom.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tee you up for your line here. So Liv is stretching Dom in a very compromised position.
Right, yeah.
And Damian Priest goes, that doesn't look hard. And you said,
it looks pretty hard to me, yeah. I can't take credit for that line. I don't know who wrote that line, but that wasn't me. But that was a great line.
And but I mean, you seem to always end up getting the best laugh of the whole crew. That had to be pretty satisfying. That whether there were plans or not, you ended up being.
Well, yeah, I wasn't wrestling or doing anything else. I was like, okay, I gotta make it count somewhere.
And there was a kind of little bit of kind of internet furore about a comment to Io Sky and Kairi Sane, but then it came out that they were totally fine with it. Do you think that was just kind of overblown?
That was so stupid. That wasn't even a racial joke. It was a language joke. Yeah. I said something like, I gotta learn Chinese, and people took, oh, it's whatever. Like, you. It had nothing to do with race.
Because the whole gag of that joke is that the Carlito character is stupid and doesn't know what's going on. So
he's oblivious to shit. Yeah, exactly. It's whatever. Like, so yeah, it had nothing to do with them. Yeah, so I wanted to go off and tell everybody to go, but what do you call it? TR or whatever it's called said, hey man, just ignore it or whatever. And I want to do something next week on TV, but they wouldn't.